You've got the workflow, you've got the Mac, but the thing is, do you have the software to support it? So this video is focused on me bringing you 7 of the most essential apps that I think will be helpful in your workflow, especially because I consider that the difference between a good Mac and a powerhouse Mac is the apps that you use every day. Now let's start with the first app. It's an app called Textream, which is a teleprompting app that uses your notch area as a way to give you your script while recording. So let's open Textream here. Now, because I'm using an external monitor, it will simulate a notch in the display area. And what's cool about this, I don't need to have a teleprompting device, buy some, or even just pay for an app, because this is a free app. And the best thing is, I can switch between using my voice to scroll, or even just turning off the mic and scroll by myself. It's really helpful when I want to record in a hurry and I don't memorize the script. It's really helpful for times as such. There are more customizable options in the settings, including changing the fonts, changing the font sizes, highlighting color, even the dimensions, and options for guidance. Teleprompting is just a good app with the features available. Now, the second app that I want to give to you is actually a niche app, because this app is more focused for users who use external displays. I know that most monitors don't have compatibility with macOS directly, so you can't modify the brightness or volume directly from your Mac's OSD. But you can do that with this simple app. So I have this app already opened actually. So if I go to this and click on monitor control, it shows me the settings, but you don't need to modify the settings, because after you opened the app, it's available here. You can modify the brightness and volume from the available menu bar option, but if you just use the keyboard to modify the brightness, you see that the OSD does appear, and I can modify the brightness and the volume of my overall system without having to reach for my monitor knob. It's really helpful, and just these little apps that really make a difference in using my Mac. The third app that I'm going to be showing you is, again, a niche app, but I think it's really helpful when you do these sort of things. It's called CleanMyKeyboard. If I go into the spotlight and search for CleanMyKeyboard, have you ever thought of, since the Mac uses ABS keycaps, you do notice that you often clean your keyboard and sometimes just misclick on a lot of things in your desktop. And shutting down just every time you need to clean something is not really practical. So this app enables you to start disabling your keyboard when you are cleaning the Mac overall, the keyboard, the display, making sure that you don't mistype anything. It's really helpful, and watch as I click any key on my keyboard, it doesn't react, which is great. This means that I won't misclick something while I'm cleaning the keyboard. The next step that I will be showing you is actually a browser that I use every day. Now, there are still debates over using Chrome or Safari, Firefox when you're using a browser with a Mac, but for me, I think the choice is clear when using the Dia browser. Oh my god! Wow! So if you open the Dia browser right here, it's basically just an AI browser focused on enabling you to analyze. Now, if I click on a new tab, you see that I have this homepage focused on enabling me to ask anything to the AI or to Google. And I have these suggestions available. But what makes Dia different with other applications in a browser section is the AI that powers it. Because it is using ChatGPT, but if I go into a site like 9to5Mac, and for example, I want to analyze this website because I think it looks interesting, and I can go into this chat sidebar, which I can talk to the AI. And you've seen this in browsers like ChatGPT, Atlas, and Perplexity Comet. What makes it different is the skills feature, basically enabling me to have a preset of commands enabled for the AI on the browser. If I just click on slash, it automatically presents me with preset skills that I can use, like reply, review this content, or generate a table of contents. Or I can make my own, like these 3, but I'm going to use summarize, and I can just click. I don't need to type out anything. It already presets the prompt ready for me to use, and it already generates a summarization for me, which is really helpful. And the fact that the Dia browser is the most efficient AI browser compared to ChatGPT Atlas and Perplexity Comet, and the fact that this is the browser that is made by the same founders, which means features like vertical tabs and grouping is still available as if you're using the Arc browser itself. The next step that I'm going to show is much more niche. It's geared towards more streamers. It's actually the Elgato Stream Deck app, because if you viewed streamers before, and sometimes they would use easy shortcuts to multiple applications. The thing is, you don't need to drop hundreds of dollars into a physical Stream Deck with this Elgato Stream Deck app. And what's unique about this app is you can use your iPhone to go along with this app. So if, for example, I have the presets right here to open Final Cut and Lightroom, and I can use my iPhone as a Stream Deck, which is really helpful and saves me a lot of time when using shortcuts. Now, the last few apps that I'm going to show you is actually apps that I use every day. First of all, for photo work, I am in a debate between using Pixelmator Pro, Lightroom, and Lightroom Classic, but I primarily use Lightroom for basic photo manipulation, because if you go to Lightroom right here, for example, this is the thumbnail for this video, I can adjust the basic color grading tools, and it's just a very simple app for doing these things. And the last app that I'm going to show you is actually the video editor that I use every day, is actually Final Cut Pro. Now, I've reviewed it in a past video comparing it with Premiere, but the thing about Final Cut Pro is it's just more optimized for the Mac. You see that I am rendering this ProRes video without having to lag. My MacBook Air is running perfectly fine. I can modify things like the color grading or the audio, even built-in tools like voice isolation. This is a very quick app to edit, and I don't need a steep learning curve into using the app. It's really great. And with the Apple Creator Studio subscription at $13 a month, it makes a editing app more accessible than ever. So that's my top apps when using with a Mac. I hope that this video is helpful for you searching for an app that you can use in your daily workflows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.